I want to talk about some different style of strikers today, yeah? Because in my book, I think there's probably... Right, let's have a little pop as well. We're talking, by the way. I've got nothing, honestly. I've got absolutely nothing. No review.
It looked alright, you know.
So in my book, right, I think there's two probably different type of forwards players, right? You've got your out and out strikers. Did you see that?
I didn't look.
Like the Harry Kanes, the Erling Haalands, yeah. And then you've got all these this new breed. Do you know what I mean? Of the little whippersnappers, the ones that love to carry the ball, get into those little pockets, cutting inside, running along the lines.
Yeah.
Let's start with them first, all right? The Cole Palmers, the Phil Fodens, the Bernardo Silvas. How do you deal with defending against players like that?
Obviously, it's never easy. It's about organising what's in front of you, of course. And I think if you are, if you are compact as a team, that makes it a lot easier. Because normally, if you are compact, it comes in spaces where a lot of other players are as well. But it's never easy, because if you're thinking about stepping in, then the space you leave behind could be dangerous. So, yeah, it's interesting because every game, like you said, is a different challenge. Like I would say, if you play against then City, Haaland is an unbelievable finisher. Is strong, is fast, is everything. So if he gets the service, it's a goal. But then against Arsenal, for example, you play against this season more or less than Havertz, who's dropping a lot more in, or Jesus, obviously, is the same. And it's also a difficult challenge as well. Well, you have to be ready for any challenge.
So what becomes really important then is communication then really important? Do you know what I mean? When you've got to almost sort of like pass it on to another defender.
You don't want to pass it on, but you have to be communicated, because obviously when he's coming to a different position and you have your six there that can cover when we come across, then obviously it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So communication is definitely a big thing. But if you have to do the job yourself, you have to be ready to do that as well.
Well, let's talk about the out-and-out strikers and your Harry Kanes, your Erling Haalands.
Yeah.
This might sound crazy, but do you find it almost easier to defend against those guys than the ones that love to just sort of roam all around the place?
I won't say easy is not the right word to say, is it?
It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different.
But if the forwards are pressing the way we've always been pressing, then it makes life much easier for all of us, because the ball won't even reach our.
Yeah.
So when there will eventually be a moment that they will kick it long, you have to be ready to challenge. You have to be ready, or the ball in behind, you have to be ready to sprint. You have to read the situation. If the ball is free with, for example, against City with Kevin De Bruyne, if he plays that ball behind and you're not ready to sprint back, you're done. So you have to read and you have to think about what's
so
in
then
front of you as well.
Are you aware then that you know that you have to be like on it, like crazy on it, every split second? So it might not even be watching the ball. You're watching body language. You're watching his eyes at times as well.
Yeah, I think you watch the game. You watch the guy on the ball. You watch the body position of the guy on the ball a lot. But you have to be ready to adjust and to adapt on what's the striker doing.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting game, but you're trying to be ahead of what's coming next. And it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice challenge. And if you're not ready, you're going to be done.
Yeah, you're going to get punished.
Yeah. And it's a split second.